vast trove of leaked documents from Boris Johnson's private office obtained by The Guardian has shed light on how the former British Prime Minister has parlayed his political contacts and influence into a lucrative post-Downing Street career, raising fresh questions about lobbying rules, ethics, and the use of taxpayer-funded allowances. The files, more than 1,800 in total, including emails, contracts, letters, invoices, and even drafts of speeches, were obtained by Distributed Denial of Secrets, DDoS, a US-based non-profit that archives leaked material. The Guardian is the only UK media organisation known to have reviewed them. The cache covers the period between Johnson's departure from office in September 2022 and mid-2024, though it also contains documents from his premiership. At the heart of the revelations is the Office of Boris Johnson, a limited company established just weeks after his resignation. The documents suggest that this vehicle has been used to coordinate a series of highly paid business ventures, many of which appear to blur the lines between public duty and private gain. Paid speeches and private deals. The documents show Johnson was paid about £5.1 million for 34 speaking engagements between October 2022 and May 2024, with each event earning him hundreds of thousands of pounds plus first-class flights and five-star hotel stays. These lucrative appearances, with media organisations such as the Daily Mail and GB News among his partners, cement his place among the world's highest-paid political speakers. But alongside the speeches, the files also reveal activities that appear to cross into more controversial territory. Johnson lobbied a senior Saudi official he had met in office, asking him to pass on a pitch to Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman for a company he co-chairs. In another instance, Johnson allegedly received more than £200,000 from a hedge fund following a meeting with Venezuela's President Nicolás Maduro, despite publicly denying he had been paid for the engagement. The cache further indicates Johnson held a quiet meeting with billionaire Peter Thiel, the founder of the US data company Palantir, while still in Downing Street. Within months, Palantir secured a role in handling NHS data, a deal that has faced significant public scrutiny. Questions of ethics and rules. Perhaps most damaging are suggestions that Johnson may have blurred the distinction between his taxpayer-funded public duty allowance and his commercial pursuits. The scheme, known as the Public Duty Costs Allowance, PDCA, provides former Prime Ministers with six-figure sums to cover the costs of staff and officers connected to public duties. Official records confirm Johnson has claimed £182,000 under the PDCA since leaving office. Yet the leaked documents indicate that his staff, paid partly through the allowance, were simultaneously managing his commercial enterprises, raising the possibility of a conflict of interest. A senior Cabinet Office source confirmed to The Guardian that Johnson had drawn on the scheme, but insisted the allowance was never intended to subsidise private earnings. A return to familiar scandal. The revelations draw uncomfortable parallels with previous lobbying controversies, most notably the Greensill capital scandal that engulfed former Prime Minister David Cameron. Like Cameron, Johnson now faces scrutiny over whether he improperly used relationships built in public office to benefit private interests. The files even suggest possible breaches of COVID-era rules. One document refers to Johnson hosting a private dinner for a Conservative peer who funded the refurbishment of his Downing Street flat, just a day after the UK entered its second national lockdown in 2020.